I love the fresh coffee. I do. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Nick Williams Show. My name is Nick Williams. I'm an independent filmmaker and producer from Boston, Massachusetts. Joining me in studio this evening is my glorious and oh so wonderful producer, Mr. Ed.
Glorious and wonderful. Thanks for having me, Nick.
I'm happy to have you here. And don't expect compliments like that every week. It's a special week because a couple days ago was Mr. Ed's birthday. So congratulations on making it another full revolution around the sun, Ed.
Thanks. And I must say, it was my last year in my 20s. I really have to live it up.
Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
I really have to live it up before I hit my 30s because I'm in my prime right now, Nick.
Yes, you are. I'm being nice to Ed this evening. Tonight I want to talk about something that I've actually been meaning to do this stream for quite a while. And the reason for the stream, or for this subject matter, is because recently I moved to a newer location. And I scaled down a little bit because sometimes you got to cut back on some things so that you can expand in other areas. And I was thinking about doing the live. I like doing the live. Do we like the live? Leave a comment down below. If you don't leave a comment. But if you do, let me know. Tonight I want to talk about ways in which filmmakers are not utilizing and should be utilizing the resources that they have available to them. And one of those resources is community cable access media. Now hold on before you freak out and click off and go, oh, that's so cringy. Oh, they have terrible stuff. Oh, the people that work there are weird, because that's just your town. Okay? Edmund, do you know why it would be a good idea to utilize community access cable media? Nobody even watches cable anymore.
Maybe because a lot of their gear and functions are free.
Yeah, it's literally one of those things where people are always saying to me, like, oh, I wish I just had lavs for this thing, and I don't want to spend like $300-400. Your shoot's $1,000. The whole shoot's $1,000, and they're holding up, and they say, you know what? We'll shoot it next week. We won't do it because we don't have lavaliers. Edmund, let me tell you, the reason that I'm doing this and the reason I'm doing it this evening is because after the Southie Film Festival, right? I was reached out to by a lot of filmmakers who want to be guests on the show and do some interviews like I was doing last year, and I would love to continue doing them, and I am going to continue doing them. And the problem was, I mentioned that I downscaled my space, and this is set up to do live. I work from here all day. I edit from my very large monitor here next to me, and then I do my stream here. And so it's very convenient. It's all convenient altogether. Smaller studio space. Not very convenient. Edmund, I'm sure you'd agree. It's not very convenient for doing a multi-camera, pre-recorded interview style thing with more than just us here right now.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Right. And so what do? We needed a space. We needed somewhere where we could go. Now, here's the thing. People are always looking for locations. Edmund, do you know on average how much a film studio costs to rent if you were to go rent a film studio for like a regular movie shoot, I'm saying?
Yeah, on average, I'd probably say about...
Go ahead.
$6,000 a day.
No, that's ridiculous. What are we doing, a film studio on
I'm
Mars?
Just guessing.
Yeah, it's between 15, 17, 18.
Way off.
No. Yeah. Yeah, no. No, it's 100, by the way. It's like $2,500 a day.
Oh, okay.
Just for the space with then you need insurance, you need a whole bunch of different things. So I guess technically it could work its way up to about $4,000 a day before you even bring in a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've worked on shoots before. In your experience and just general knowledge, what would you say is the average equipment rental for a lighting package for a short film? If you were to go out, if someone says, hey, what do you need? Just tell me what you need. You are the gaffer. You're able to do whatever you want. What would you expect for an equipment rental budget?
$1,000 to $1,500.
Right? So all of these things. So now we're at $5,000. Haven't even touched the camera yet.
Yeah.
Haven't paid any actors. Haven't built in your fee for your actual work, your labor. And we're already at $5,000 a day. What if you could have that space for free? Well, you can. And among other things, Edmund and I went to our local community access media point And we're not going to be naming because I'm not going to throw shade, and I want to be able to do my Nick thing but here's the cool thing. This space, this equipment is not only free, it's constitutionally protected.
Right.
You have to be. We've got funny stories about this experience. I'm telling you. If you want to stick around for the stream, and if you're new here, and if you're a filmmaker or you're a content creator or you're somebody who's looking to expand their knowledge, subscribe. If you're not looking to expand your knowledge, why are you here in the first place?
I don't know.
If you're here for a good laugh, subscribe. If you don't like to laugh, leave. Subscribe first and then leave.
Yeah, then leave. Yeah.
Anyway, so we went to our local community access place, right? And the gentleman there, large man, big boy, very, very nice guy. Very nice guy. He was shocked that I called him. He was shocked because I called and said, hey, I'm looking for a space. I need to know, and I just want to make sure it's free because people think that it's free, but then they call it equipment and studio rental, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if it's a rental, is there a monetary exchange of any kind, you know?
Yeah.
But I called him up and I said, hey, I'm looking for a space. I want to do an interview with my podcasts, and I just want to know, like, you know, how that works out. He's like, you want to do it here? He was shocked. And I was shocked that he was shocked because the government forces every town, I don't know if it's by town, because some towns have multiple, like there's multiple towns, especially in Massachusetts because we have small towns.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll have multiple towns that have one, but the government, and I mean the federal government, so this is true, this episode specifically applies whether or not you live in Massachusetts or fucking Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. It applies to every single of the 50 states because the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States gives us the right to free Edmund?
Free equipment.
You're an idiot. Oh man, free speech.
Ah, yes.
Which is why I'm allowed to say things like you're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Well, it's slander, but you know.
it's not. It's not if it's true.
No, it's not true.
It's not if it's true. Yeah, I'll let the viewer decide. Okay? Thanks. We'll leave it up to the viewers. Free speech is a constitutionally protected right. And while they don't have to provide broadcast equipment, they have to provide cable access equipment. So it's your way of being allowed as an American citizen to, through cable access, get your message to people who watch it. Okay? We have the right to speak. You're not obligated to listen. Just like you guys at home with me every week, but only if you want to be successful. So because of that, and some towns in Massachusetts, I don't know if it's all towns, but definitely in my town and in the previous town that I was in, the cable providers, Comcast and Verizon, are the ones that are obligated to pay for this stuff. So Comcast, the largest media company in the world right now, or in America right now, and Verizon fork over a whole bunch of money to the town specifically for equipment, studio space, training, all these different things for people to go in and use. Now, we went and talked to Big Boy over there, right? Do you remember what he said when we were talking? Because of course, it's me, right? So I walk in and then all of a sudden I'm talking to this guy for an hour. And do you remember what he said about like short films and more creative narrative work coming to film there or whatever?
I think he said it's totally fine to use their
right, but you remember what he said? He said it's his, I'll say it. He said it's his dream.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
It's his dream. It'd be my dream to have people come in and use the equipment and use the space and have it be a spot where people are coming in and out all the time because it's dead. Because I feel like people think of it as like, oh, it's either A, they're concerned that they won't, we're going to get into all of this. I want to get into all of the rules and regulations. I want to get into all that stuff. I feel like people either think it's cringy, crappy equipment.
Depends on the area, but this guy does not have cringy, crappy equipment.
No, he does not. But I'm saying when you think of local cable access, you think of like your grandmother's house. You know what I'm saying? Do you not? Am I wrong?
Right now I'm thinking about like VHS cameras, beta cameras.
Right, like crappy equipment,
Old-
like it's not
Old low lights, yeah.
We're talking about annual budgets of hundreds of thousands a year per town. Now, here's the cool thing. I don't know if you've ever been, any of you out there in the world, to somewhere like, let's say, Haverhill Community Access Media. They just redid it because it's in the first floor of a college. So they just spent $20 million to build this building. And let me tell you, that studio looks like the Today Show, okay?
Nice.
That studio downstairs is so nice. I haven't been to the Boston one, but I would like to go. I'm sure we could weasel our way in there.
Yeah, I used to work at the Plymouth area community television.
Really?
I
Now,
did,
was
yeah.
it busy? Did you get a lot of narrative filmmakers going in there?
Not really, no.
Wow. See what I'm saying? Like, isn't that like shocking to you?
Yeah.
And then think about how many posts you see. And listen, you guys are great. I'm not giving anybody shit, but when you got to use your head, you got to think a little bit outside the box. And if you have concerns, especially if you're watching this live, if you have concerns, please leave them in the chat. Because I really did. I talked to this guy for an hour. I don't know how much you guys know or you don't know. I'd like to give you a lot of information, but I also don't want to bore you. So if you have questions about this type of stuff, or like, what if this happens, or can you do this, please leave it in the chat. I will answer it toward the end of the episode 100%. But one thing that I thought was very interesting was, because I asked a lot of questions, because here's the thing, because there are rules. If you're going to do a show there, if you're going to do a podcast there, for free, I can't believe for free.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that because we know so many film people. I'm shocked that they don't utilize this stuff more.
I agree.
Like there's so much stuff that's already, it's not, okay, let's explain, because it's not free. It's prepaid.
Yeah.
It's prepaid. It's legally obligated to be prepaid. You are, the beauty of media creation, content creation, filmmaking, things like that in the United States of America is that it is constitutionally protected. It's like in our law. It's the first law in our land.
It is.
That we have the right to make stuff. I think it's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Honestly. Go say that in fucking Saudi Arabia. See what they say. Be like, yeah, you have the right to shut up. That's what they'd say there. You know? Edmund, do you remember our journey? You were all excited to talk about this last week, but I made us hold it till this week because I feel like it's worth it.
Yeah, I filmed our journey.
You did. You did indeed.
I picked you up. Did I pick you? I did pick you up.
No, you didn't. I drove, and I'll never forget it.
Oh, you did drive.
I did,
That was a
because you
surprise.
lied, and you told me you liked driving, and then you made me drive places. So, NBD. I have a whole list of different things that are reasons why people should use community access. And yes, we're going to get into the fun stuff later about, like, Nick, how are you allowed to swear? It's cable, blah, blah, blah.
There's more.
there's-
There's more to it.
There's so much more to it, and I can't wait to discuss this with you, Edmund. I really can't. I'm champing at the bit. All right, you have professional equipment. You can do multi-camera setups. And here's the thing. If you don't know how to use this equipment, imagine spending $250,000 on film school. You come out, you know nothing, obviously. And then you go to a place that is constitutionally protected for you to learn how to use the stuff. And there's someone professional there who knows how to use all the equipment, whose job it is to teach you for free. You would think that, like, you'd have to pay to go to class. No, he gets paid by the government, paid by the city, to teach you how to use professional TriCasters. You can be doing graphics. You can be doing live events. You can be doing all these different things. It's not just for city hall meetings. There's a literal studio space, soundproof studio space with big swinging French doors. Unbelievable. You saw the lights. You're a light guy. What kind of lights were on the ceiling? In the grid. There's a grid. Go ahead. What kind of lights? There's green screen. Go ahead.
I don't remember the brand, but there's
fuck
two,
the brand.
two LED Fresnels, large Fresnels.
Anybody got a go-bo? Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think possibly fluorescent, but I think possibly LED, like light banks, kind of heavy. Some nice light stands.
Yep.
Huge green screen.
Huge green
Blackout
screen.
curtains.
Wraparound blackout curtains.
Yeah.
3 camera pedestals.
Want to talk about that story about you pricing the pedestals?
Yeah, I said they were $8 to $10 grand a pop.
And I was like, oh, they're not.
You
that
were like,
much.
they're not that much, and then you looked them up.
They were about $8,000
$8 grand a pop. Yeah.
just for the pedestal, which is a tripod that's on casters or on wheels.
Yeah, but it moves like up and down.
Yeah.
And it's very nice.
Yeah.
They're very nice to have. Great dolly movement. smooth concrete floor,
Yeah.
epoxied, so it's nice and
also,
smooth.
yeah, obviously a whole grid in the ceiling.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And a lot of these places are completely underutilized.
I know.
It is so easy. And now, okay, what do you have to do? You got to fill out a form. You got to fill out a form. You got to apply, and you got to say, this is my show or the purpose for using the space. You can go in there, and you talk to the guy. It's a crazy notion, but how about you make a friend, and you go in, and you say, hey, can I use the space? And they're going to go, sure. Edmund, you're allowed to bring in your own equipment as well. Of course you can.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can bring in your own equipment if you have a camera or a DP wants to use a camera, and you can do stuff in there. And as long as you leave it the way it was it's just like any other location. As long as you leave it how it was when you got there, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
You are, again, it is illegal. This is the beauty of it. It's illegal for them to tell you no. It's illegal for them to say, you can't use this space. You have to be able to use it, which as long as you're, well, these days, who cares whether you're a citizen or not? You just go use it. Go have fun. Enjoy. Just, follow the rules and regulations, which we'll get into. Now, here's the thing. Anything filmed in there does have to be broadcast on the cable channel. So that brings me into, well, Nick, does that mean you have to censor yourself? What if Nick Williams wants to go in and do the Nick Williams show and say fuck and shit and piss and everything else that I say on this channel, because isn't that free speech? I can do it. I didn't know that you could do it. I was concerned going into it. This is why I had such a long conversation with the guy, because I said to myself, I go, yeah, I'm really, not that I want to swear and say a whole bunch of bad things, but it's just how I talk. It's just how I am, because I just let it fly. And for me, stifling, censoring, shutting me down, really not a good look. It's just not. I always end up being like robotic, and I just got to be me. I just got to be me. I just got to be me. Either you love me or hate me. A lot more people hate me than love me, but if you're here and you subscribed and you learn something, you don't have to like me. You just have to listen to what the fuck I say. See, stuff like that. Like, I can't say that normally, right? Is that what? Wrong. They have delayed time slots, and it's only per town. So it'd be on cable, which nobody has anymore, and they would put you in the... It's true. It'd be on cable, which nobody has anymore, and they would put you on at like 2 in the morning. Okay?
Yeah, he said from 10 to 5 in the morning.
These are his words, not mine. He said, we have a show. We have some people that come in and they want to use the space because they don't want to spend the money and time to buy their own equipment. But they still want to be able to put content out there. But he said, he goes, there are these people, they come in, they're black. They want to reclaim the N-word for themselves. And who are we to tell them they can't use it? I loved that. I thought it was so First Amendment-y. Mm-hmm. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
So they're allowed to say it, but how do you say that on the air? Well, I can't, but they can apparently. They say that, but they schedule them later. They schedule them early morning, like 3, 2, 1, up in the early aughts of the morning, pre-sunup, and nobody really watches it on cable. Anyway, they use the stuff for their YouTube channel or what have you, which I think is fantastic. Now, yes, they also do the government meetings and everything else because they're obligated to, because you are obligated to have access to that stuff. You don't have to watch it, but if you want to watch it, you have to be able to watch it, which is super important. One of these is build a local audience. You have a question, comment, concern?
Yeah, so you can say whatever you want.
You can say whatever you want.
Can you show whatever you want?
You can.
You can.
Yes, and I said, now wait a minute, because technically speaking, I forget what year it is. Happy to Google if you'd like. The year that, I'll say, corn on the cob was determined by the Supreme Court to be constitutionally protected free speech. So if that's the case, how do you express yourself?
1969.
Great year. 1969, the United States Supreme Court deemed corn,
Stanley versus Georgia,
to be constitutionally protected free speech, freedom of expression. So what do? And I asked this of the gentleman there. I said, what if I want to do the Nick Williams show Buck Necke? And he said, no problem. We're going to put you on at 2 a.m. He said, if you want to do Hamlet nude.
He said this.
I would never make that suggestion, but he said if you want to do Hamlet, the full play, if you want to do Hamlet nude on local cable, you're more. Now, I don't recommend that people go out and do Hamlet nude.
Well, if they want
Pick
to, they
a
can.
different play. Oh, right. Okay. But yeah, if you want to, you can.
But
I'm not going
Hamlet?
to watch Hamlet. I'm not going to watch. But I'm just saying these are things that you are allowed to do on local cable access, which is super cool. So you can do a recurring show. You can do multi-camera streams. You're going to learn how to use all of the equipment, which is fantastic. You can shoot pilot episodes for series. You can, you can produce local documentary content. You can do a whole bunch of different stuff. Now, here's where I think this is useful because a lot of us have our own cameras. They don't have like REL X's to rent, okay? But they do have camcorders that are HD quality, good quality. Yeah. Some places have better quality cameras than other places, and you have to look at your local stuff. But here's the thing. Edmund and I live in different towns. So if I wanted to use some of my stuff at my town place and Edmund's local access place has better equipment or different equipment, you could check some equipment out. I could check some equipment out. Combines, as long as it goes back to don't mix equipment, okay? And you don't have to use the studio space either. You can take the equipment and rent it out, sign it out is what they should say. You can sign out the equipment for a, temporary period of time, whatever that means. And you can use it that way too. The thing that really got me going was when the guy was like, yeah, I mean, we've got 3 cameras here. We've got huge tripods. I've got like 7 or 8 lavs in the back. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what it's like to not listen, if you're a sound person out there, I want you to get your bag. All right. I want you to get your money. I want you to get paid. A lot of people don't have the funds for 7 or 8 characters to be laved up.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Now you don't need funds for it. You see what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want. The biggest thing with this channel, it's not necessarily education like I'm educating like I know so much. I am a big proponent of no excuses. I fucking cannot stand excuses. The worst thing, maybe the best thing because I'll just handle it, but the worst thing you can say to me, the thing that will piss me off to no end is, when we're on set as an example, is, we can't do that. We can't do that. Without even trying to figure out something. To me, the thing that made me want to make movies, the thing that made me want to get into media and all this other stuff, I'm a big showboat, yeah, sure. But at the same time, it was the idea that like, it's all fake. It's whatever is within the frame. Okay?
Nice.
Thank you. Whatever's within the frame is all that matters. Everything else could be dog shit. Nobody knows because it's outside the frame. Meaning you can do anything you want. Knowing that Star Wars originally, the episode 4, New Hope, but when it came out and it was Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Knowing that they did all those matte paintings when I got the disc, I'm a disc 2 kid. That's what I call myself, disc 2. I watched the movie, great, but I want to see how they made it on disc 2, and you pop that thing in and you go, it's a big piece of plexiglass with a matte painting on it, and they just shot in the little, and so it wasn't real?
Yeah.
Wow. Big ceremony at the end. None of those stormtroopers even move because they're just paintings. And you think to yourself, my movie has a boom shadow in it. Nobody knows what a fucking boom is. Nobody knows what these things are, is what I'm saying. And I know this because when you go and watch Star Wars and you see that none of the stormtroopers are moving, the average person saw it on a 20-foot screen and didn't think anything of it.
Yep.
Because you're focusing on the spot, and this has nothing to do with community access. What I'm saying is, we need to stop like freaking out about the little things, the little minutia, and what things are cool or what things are not, and think a little bit outside the box. Everybody feels so constrained, and I don't know if it's a film school thing that does it. I don't know why we get into these modes of saying that we can't do something when our job is to create something from nothing. There is always a way to do it. Always a way to do it. Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree.
Maybe some things look fake because we don't have the funds for them. But whatever. It's a fucking movie. Okay? It's a movie. Edmund, how did you feel when we were there? Were you excited? Did you see things that you liked? Give me a little bit. You haven't given me much because I've been talking.
I like the space. So like, say you're really comfortable with your own camera or your own shotgun mic, what have you, and you just wanted a big space with blackout curtains. There you have it. It's soundproof, light proof, whatever you want to add in there. And then also,
Go ahead.
this guy mentioned one more thing that
Tell me, yeah, remind me.
he said we have a whole Steadicam setup.
He goes, yeah, this is what, dude, this poor guy,
I know.
he wishes. It's like, imagine sitting on like a pile of gold. Imagine sitting on a pile of gold and screaming to anybody who will listen to you, I've got this pile of gold and it's free and I'm trying to give it away. And you're allowed to use this pile of gold. You can use it for whatever you want to make jewelry, you want to invest it, you want whatever you want. I've got a big, fat fucking pile of gold I'm sitting on. And people walk by and go, that's cringy because anybody can use that. That's gold from like last year. So like, are you kidding me? Why would you not rent out at your local community access place? Just leave a comment down below and riddle me this one, Batman. Why would you not go get 7 or 8 lavs, 3 cameras, and film a behind-the-scenes documentary of your footage, of your short film, just letting them show your set, showing you everything that's going on, then cut it into reels for your Instagram or whatever it is, or YouTube shorts or whatever. Why would you not do that to help promote yourself? Because you don't want anybody to see your stuff. You don't want to grow. You don't want to be a successful filmmaker. You don't want to cultivate an audience. You don't want to do anything else. That's got to be the only reason. You don't want it. I'm really starting to think the more people I see that like people that pass things, they go, oh, wow. And how many times do we see people looking for stuff? If you think back in your head, how many times do we see people looking for things, ISO, in search of, right? Posts.
Quite a bit.
That could be solved by, like, you just go down the street and you just rent it right there for free. You just sign it out for free. I hate the word rent. We're not going to do renting. Sign it out for free. And this doesn't take anything away from places like Studio Lab in New Hampshire.
Yeah, of course.
But that's $25,000 a day. You know what I mean? That don't hold me to that. I don't work there. I don't know the actual numbers. But they have a big virtual production studio. It's beautiful and it's a great space. But like, if you're trying to make a film for $1,000, I don't know if that's necessarily the space you want to use. Ian, I love you. I would love to use your space. And everybody else should as well if you can afford to do it and if it works out in that way. But if it doesn't work out for some reason, let's say it would work out, but Studio Lab's booked. You still have a free studio space that is a professionally made and maintained by people who know AV.
Yeah, most of the time they're completely vacant.
Completely vacant. Like not used at all.
Like, I'm sorry. Do you have any slots for tomorrow at? Oh yeah, it's all open.
Yeah,
come on in.
The most frustrating. I was like, it like angers me because it's like, oh man, you stupid fucking idiots out there in the world. You just don't even know what you. It's like you don't even know what's right in front of your face. 7 or 8 lavs? Are you kidding me? Do you know how much that would cost to rent 7, to call a sound person? If you're a sound person watching, you don't watch. But if there's a sound person watching, how much would it cost? How much would you charge to have 7 or 8 people laved up for a shoot per day? How much would that cost? I'd love to leave that comment down below. It's unbelievable. You can test new creative formats, weird comedy, experimental storytelling, so on and so on and so on. Did you know that Saturday Night Live started on cable access? Did you know?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that Julia Child, the world famous chef, French chef, Cambridge, right down the street, Cambridge Public Access TV is how Julia Child, the French chef, got started, doing a show. Now, yes, that was in the 60s, and yes, everyone watched cable access back then. I get it. I'm not saying that they didn't or that they do now, but the stuff is still there, and it's still free, and they're not allowed to tell you no because it's illegal.
Yeah.
When was the last time you tried to do something in a certain space, be it, a location or whatever it was? You got to pull permits. You got to go through the whole rigmarole of everything. This place, it's illegal for them to say no to you, and nobody uses it. I mean, what the fuck are we doing?
It's crazy.
What are we doing?
What is one con? I'm trying to think of one con to film there. Like not having a space open for a few hours you want to film. That's like the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll teach you how to edit in Premiere Pro. They'll teach you.
They have like 8, well, depending on your location, they have a bunch of computers with a full maybe Adobe suite.
Yeah, I just don't even like even if you wanted to go in there and make TikTok reels, like it doesn't matter what age you are, you know. Like I feel like people think that they're required to like do a crappily lit, you know, crappy TV show type thing at the community access station, or that it is required to be live, or that it's required. No, you don't. You can do anything you want. You could do you can produce educational film content. I got YouTube for that, but that's fine. Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Well, the reason that we went there was because I wanted to. My chair is sinking. Hold on. The reason we went there was because I wanted the space so that I could be doing interviews again.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and I figured before I go spend money, let me see if this is something that's doable. Lo and behold, I'll be doing Nude Hamlet tonight at 11.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Typically when I sip coffee is when you should start talking.
Oh, okay. Can't wait to film there.
I'm very excited to film there. And guess what that means? It means check your inboxes, your text messages, because I'm going to start hounding people for interviews to be guests on the show, because we're going to bring it back. And we're starting to do interviews. There's going to be tons of clips coming out. There's going to be tons of different stuff. It will all be lit by Edmund. And so if it looks bad, it's Edmund's fault.
Except for Friday.
Nope. Even on Fridays.
Okay.
Even on Fridays. All of them. And here's the thing. You're the producer of the show. So I fully expect if we have to film somewhere else, like, because we will come to you as well. But if you're coming to me, I'm probably going to end up using this cable access place. If and when we go somewhere else, I fully expect you to take charge. And if it doesn't look good to you, it ain't going.
Okay.
All right. And if it does look good to you, but doesn't look good to me, it ain't going.
All right.
So there'll be multiple levels of checking before pressing record. But I am very excited to utilize this space. And what I really can't wait for is to check out as much equipment as humanly possible and have, do you know that at the one that we went to, it is located near an educational facility, I would say.
Yeah, I would say
that has over 50 students enrolled currently trying to become filmmakers, whatever, people in broadcast or in TV or film.
Yeah, I think our main contact there said they're looking to further their education into college.
But these fucking people are still posting on Facebook, ISO PAs, ISO people that want. There are people that will like be happy just to shake your hand, let alone work on your set, who spend majority of their time in this little space learning and training and using the stuff and breaking tripods and things like that. And we just don't use it. People just don't think outside the box. I don't understand why. I really don't.
Yeah,
so I also
some green person, some young person.
We love green.
To say, hey, would you like to be a PA? And they're like, oh, really?
Yeah, and when you have no green, you go to community access. I just don't access. I mean, access granted. I mean, it's easy.
Plus, we're going to meet so many people there, networking, people who make their own shows.
So I have 10 brutally honest reasons filmmakers ignore community access.
Love to hear it.
Number one, it's cringy. You're an idiot. It's just old people filming town hall meetings. That would be the reason they do. It's cringy. It's just old people filming town hall meetings.
That's only at town hall, not in the studio.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Listen, if you're too cool to use a free studio, but you're shooting your short film with one LED panel in your buddy's basement, Pro Studio for free, buddy's basement. I'll take Pro Studio.
Yeah,
that's
too.
just me. Filmmakers think it's low status. I mean, I don't even know where to go with that one. If you're making a film for $500 or $1,000, there's nothing lower status. How low can you go? How about I give you $50K worth of free equipment? How about that? And a free space. How about that? Would that be normal? Would that be? No, we're trying to do this for we're trying to make it as low budget and low. That would put it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. They complain about gear. It's free. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. How about this? How about you make something with the crappy free gear that's good enough that someone will be like, hey, let's give you money so that we can make something better.
Yeah.
It's free. How could you complain about anything that's free ever? What?
This guy was complaining, our main contact, like, oh, it's only 1080. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, he got the glide cam. That's what it was. He got the glide cam with the vest.
Yep.
He's very excited.
Yeah.
Got a steady cam rig. He's like, I got that, and I hope that people would use it, but nobody's using it.
Intimidated by it. And he's like, I'd love to make a course.
When he said that, I said, yeah, let me get in there. I'll show some people. But I'm not going to put the vest on. But you could put the vest on.
You should put the vest on.
I'm not putting the vest on.
I'll put it on.
I'm not intimidated by the vest.
You aren't?
I'm not.
Sounds like you may be.
Nope. Okay. Sounds like I might need to lose a few first.
Oh, okay.
You know, but then I'll put it on.
Okay.
I'm really not a DP.
Yeah.
You don't want me using the glide cam. Anywho, yeah, complaining about gear. People don't want to learn the system. It's so dumb. It's literally, you can do whatever you want. People are obsessed with going viral. This is not about putting the stuff on cable. Yeah. Like people just, they hear that it's going to go on cable. They stop as if they're not allowed to take it and use it on their own.
Yeah.
It's yours. It's just a place, an outlet to make the stuff. Mm-hmm. You're still allowed to take it and put it somewhere. But then, like, you know, I wanted to, like, premiere it on my Instagram. So, like, I don't know if I wanted to go on cable at 2 a.m. Nobody's going to watch it on cable at 2 a.m. Who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, someone might watch it on cable at 2 a.m.
Yeah. I hear, and I was talking to somebody recently about this, actually, but I hear that Salem has a pretty decent public access place. Maybe I'll link up with some Salem filmmakers and maybe we'll do like a little walkthrough ski tour.
That'd be great.
Because I feel like their place is kind of decent. I could be wrong, but I think it's pretty decent. What else we got? Yeah, filmmakers forget the entire point of indie film. Resourcefulness, creativity, using what you have, and utilizing what you have access to. How is it possible? How is it possible that I even need to do this episode? Like, when you think about it, think about how much money you've spent on equipment and gear and locations and all these different things and never even thought, because fuck off, you didn't. Never even thought to yourself, there's $50,000 worth of equipment that's already paid for. That's illegal for them to say no when I ask for it.
Yep.
When I say I'm a resident, I want to sign this shit out, and I want to use it, and I want to do Nude Hamlet, and it's illegal, federally illegal for them to say no. And you're sitting there wondering why you can't get anything done, you don't grow, you don't do anything.
What other hobby or profession can you do that with municipal funded equipment and space?
That I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think any.
Yeah.
I don't think any. I don't think there's any. It's literally like, this is what I'm saying. We need to think outside the box. We need, because the box, and I think, honestly, I think that Community Act is still within the box. I think that the box is so big, we don't even realize.
Yeah.
We don't even realize, because these people over on the West Coast with billions and billions and hundreds of billions, they put these like bullshit gates up. Mm-hmm. They go, nobody else can do it. Okay. You weren't letting us do it anyway. So how about we just do our own fucking thing? How would we get started with that? Well, who's going to build a film studio? I don't know. The government, like 100 of them in Massachusetts. There's film studios everywhere. Yeah, but what if I don't live there? Hire someone on your crew who does, and they'll sign it out for the day.
Nice little hack.
Are you kidding? You get one PA. Let's say Haverhill's got the nice one. Let's say Boston has the nice one, or Cambridge has the nice one, or Salem has the nice one, or whatever it is. You call anybody who lives there and go, hey, can you be on my set for one day so we can sign this out for one day? Dummies.
Sure, yeah, I can do that.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
I'm still trying to come up with like one drawback of using the gear or the space.
Yeah. I don't know. People think it's like embarrassing or something, and I think it has to do with the fact that they think it's going to go like it's on this like town hall kind of look.
Literally just have to say one bad word and they air it after 2 a.m.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that, like, the reason that the shows that come out of community access look like shit are because they are made typically by the only people that utilize community access, which are the elderly people who feel like they have something to say, who feel like they have an important message. And that's, TBD as to whether or not the messages that they have are important. But are we not, like, if we think that what we have to say is important, if we think that our stories are important, why would we go out of our way to do something that costs us a ton of money when it's, again, like part of our law that we have access to this equipment so that we can do whatever we want with the equipment? Freedom of speech, freedom of expression. You can go on there and do a religious show. You could go on there and say how you hate religion. You're allowed to say that. I wouldn't personally go that route, but I'm just saying you're allowed to. There's nothing that you can't put on there. Now, there is obscenity and objectionable material and things like that. You can't commit a crime.
Or inciting, he said inciting violence.
You can't incite violence, obviously. That would be a bad thing. But you're allowed to go on there and say, I hate Trump, or you're allowed to go on there and say, I hate Kamala, or you're allowed to go on, whatever. It doesn't even matter. But it's also not something, like, I feel like people think that you have to make like a show like this when you go in there. You're dumb. You haven't asked any questions. That would require you taking just one extra step.
Yeah.
Just one extra question. Or just one question. Do I have to do a live show here? Do I have to make it look like that old guy who made a crappy show? Do I have to use these chairs? All you have to do is ask questions, and the answers will come flooding in because these people are excited to utilize. Because here's the thing. If you want to see better equipment, this is true. This is a business little hack tip thing. Everything that is government funded gets a certain annual budget. If they do not utilize and spend the full budget, they don't get that budget the next year. They get the amount that they spend. So if people start booking community access constantly, and the equipment is, it needs a little bit of an update, whatever it is, then they have grounds to go to Comcast and Verizon, because those are people that pay for it, and they can say, yeah, hi, how are you? This studio's overrun. We need to be open longer hours. We need to have more people working here. Oh, and by the way, we need to update all of our equipment. And then things start upgrading and updating. And then Comcast and Verizon are legally obligated, based on the contracts that they have with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. But this applies, to Idaho, whatever. It literally, you could be a film. I don't ever want to hear it. Oh my God, I can't wait till if there's ever a day where this show blows up. And we're getting comments from like West Virginia going, well, I don't know how to go to your local cable access place. Just go, say you want to learn. They got to have one, even if it's in a big city. It is illegal for them not to. That's the point. The big budget. Oh, Trump is spending all this money. Some of that money that gets spent is on us, and we don't even realize it. That's what I'm saying. They never talk about it. They never promote it. And this is on all sides of the political spectrum. But part of the annual budget for every town, every municipality, whatever it is, all across the United States is a local cable access station. And people don't use it. They go on YouTube, they type in what's the best camera of 2026 to buy. Oh, it's this one. It's 18 grand. Okay. Hey, Mom, can I sell a kidney?
We can't rent it for free, Mom. I have to buy
Right.
it.
Oh, no, I could never try and shoot a proof of concept or something in 1080p. I need 12K.
Yeah.
Mom, Jimmy has 12K. Fuck Jimmy. Not like any Jimmy that I know. I love Jimmy. I love all the Jimmys, but every Jimmy I know. I don't have any issues with any Jimmys, but I'm just saying, you need to utilize the tools that you have at your disposal and actually take the extra step. Is that a crazy thought to have?
No, it's not.
We haven't been watching or no? Wrap this up kind of early this evening. Didn't think so. That's all right. All right. Well, anyway, that's that. Because of course not. Because that would be the smart thing to do. Anyway, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of, what do you call it, interviews that we'll be filming, and they probably won't drop for a little while, okay? So I don't want to hear it next week. Oh, where's the interview? And whatever, blah, blah, blah. Won't be dropping for a while, but we're going to stock up on a whole bunch of different interviews with some great local filmmakers. They will be dropping soon. So there's that. And yeah, appreciate you. Mondays, 8 p.m. every week. Me and Ed.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, and we'll see you next week.